Okay, so we'll continue with the example that we were doing. So let me just show you how you do this on the calculator. So just like before, you go to Stat, Tests, and we're doing a 2-sample t-test. So you go down to 2-sample t-test, and you can choose data if you have your list in L1 and L2, or you can choose stats and then just enter X bar, the 2 S's and the 2 N's in the place where they go. And just a reminder, when it says pulled, you always put no. And then for choosing which one of these you put, you look at your problem and then you match the alternative. So the alternative is pointing to the right, greater than. So I'm going to choose the one pointing to the right, greater than. First put calculate, that way you can get the degrees of freedom. So there's T, 1.6, degrees of freedom 15.6, and p-value is about 0.06. And then you can put draw if you want to see the curve. Okay, so here's everything that you got. The only thing that calculate doesn't give you is a curve. And if you just put the curve to draw, then you won't get the degrees of freedom. So for this one, you have to do both. So first put calculate and then put draw. Okay, so it takes a while, but here's the curve. And then you just copy the sketch. You shade that on the right. And then your conclusion is the same as before. So the p-value is higher than alpha. We can reject the null. So if you can reject the null, then you have to assume that the null is true. So we conclude that calcium does not reduce blood pressure. Okay, so what I would like you to do now is, after you go over this example, I would want you to do the one in the back of the handout. Okay, I would want you to do this one on your own. Okay, so if you want to write down X bar, S, and N, they're right here. Or you can also put brand A in L1 and brand B in L2. And then I want you to follow the example that I just did and do example 3. So what I'll do is, once you do this, I'll send you a copy of the answer key, so that first you can do it on your own and then you can check your answers with the answer key.